Just do any song for me. Then I will start my talk. Glory to God. Stop. Stop.
Lord, my heart is yours, and it all belongs to you. I give you all. Yes, I love you. I worship and adore you, and I'm gonna tell you more. Oh, Lord, how much I really do love you. I'll sing it again. Say, Lord, my heart is yours, and it all belongs to you. I give you all the glory. Yes, I love you. Lord, I worship and adore you, and I'm gonna tell you more. Oh, Lord, how much I really do love you, and I love you. Lord, I love you. I love you. Lord, I love you. I love you. Lord, I love you. Lord, I want to say that I love you. Oh, I want to say that I love you. We'll sing a song, say, I love you. Lord, I love you. I love you. Lord, I love you. Said I love you. Lord, I love you. Lord, to say that I love you.
I know where to start now. Praise God. I needed that song. Praise God. I said, praise God. Hallelujah. I'm going to use all of this first room to teach. I might be prophesying while teaching. I think that's okay for you now. Alright, this five, just come quick. Just this line, come quickly. Say influence. Influence is not what you are trying to do to get people's attention, right? I want to be influential. No, it's not. I'm going to draw the picture for you. Thank you, sir. All right. This is what I wonder. You see where they stood. Just wonderful. Please appreciate them. This is a huge congratulations. I'm going to do all my talk through pictures so that you will never forget. Tell the neighbor, God has a plan for the earth. He has never changed it. Come on, shout, say, He has never changed it. Now, just say it, I will explain it, okay? With more seriousness now, okay? Add more strength on your voice. Tell your neighbor, even the fall of man, because if the fall changed, then the devil is more powerful than God, right? Right? Yes. The fall didn't change the plan, and that's the picture I want you to get first. The earth was given. Was God trying to experiment something? What was He doing? Why did He create the earth? Why did He create man? He has not changed that plan. God is still on His plan. You are here on earth because you are part of that plan. You don't hear me? Now, have you also thought that God didn't create the devil to fail? He created devil then named Lucifer. He was created to succeed. How come he failed? I think I'm beginning to draw pictures now, so I'm seeing some curiosity on our faces. Wow. Genesis 1 says, God said to himself, let us make man. In what? So the plan is clear. God said, I want to reproduce myself and fill the whole earth. I want to sit where I am and watch myself take a physical form and walk the face. So that's the plan. He wanted to reproduce himself. So man is actually in physical form. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So why was he trying to do that? I'm going to draw all of this picture. Now, if you don't know the plan before the fall, you might not really know what the fall is. And you will also not be able to appreciate salvation. And when you cannot appreciate salvation, you can't understand this thing there. Did you hear me? Simple. The gospel is not complex. So these guys, they're going to help us out today. Okay? Who do we use as Jesus here? Check them out very well. If you make mistake, you're affecting our lesson. You know, today's not a teaching or preaching service, it's a talking service, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad they didn't even give me time. Alright. Who serves at Jesus? They're smart so that we can use their time.
This one.
This one?
Yes, yes.
Is it because of that thing? Alright. Let's appreciate Jesus. Because movies has made us to believe in the man Jesus.
Thank you.
So we can shift the mindset and start making use of the woman Jesus.
Yes, sir.
And that would have been nice. Alright. Okay. Is the woman that was deceived, right?
Yes, yes.
And not the man.
Yes.
Yes? Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's use us. If so, she will represent both her husband Adam and herself. Is that taken?
Yes, sir.
This man, I don't know where to place him. But God has helped me. I'll place him. I like your glasses, you're fine.
Oh, guy.
This was the human race before Jesus came. Okay? This was the human race when he came. And this is the human race after he was gone. Are we getting the picture clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we getting it clear?
Yes, sir.
So God's idea of creating all of us, but man is referred to being a race. So he deals with one. When he deals with one, he's dealing with everybody. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That's why when he dealt with Jesus, he dealt with us. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, sin happened at one time. Is it clear? I've shown you the plan. The plan is that God wanted to reproduce himself and fill the whole world. He has not changed that plan. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, when he created this man, when he created us in Adam, he gave us everything over the earth. Do you know what he told them? He said, be what? And do what? And do what again? And do what? What was he talking to them about? What was he talking to them about?
Influence.
Beautiful. That's another word for influence is dominion. Now, dominion is not trying to do something. It's like, look up. Hey. Don't go far. When I say, Pastor, now, I can turn this mic to anything I want this mic to be.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So man was given authority to make the earth anything we want the earth to be. Now, if I am tired of using this thing as mic, I can turn this thing to become chair. It's because I have conquered this thing. I know what is used in creating this thing. So I can decide to melt this thing. I can decide to start another structure with this thing. That's what?
Influence.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now you discover that influence is actually you. It's not what you do. It's you, not what you do. But wait, we've not gone there. We are still trying to draw what happened. Because some of you don't even know what sin is. If I run a test here, I'm sure 90% will fail my test. So let me be patient with you too. Because a lot of believers, I look around, sorry, I've been preaching before I was 10 years, I'm in my 40s now. So when I look at youth, I pity them. Some are developing skills to do this thing. It's not skills, so. Is skills important? Yes, it's not skills. Sometimes I listen to some of your songs I want to hear songs that when they come out, the governor of the state will say, please, I have a special announcement. In government house for 2 years, all I want to hear is what? This song is making us think. It's making us think. Hey, these songs, all our children in nursery school must learn it. They must do it. Those songs are not just, sometimes listen, just let's do skills, okay? It's okay. But that's not that thing. What God gave to man is influence. Now, when you receive influence, before you can enjoy it, you must first become influence. You must be one with what you receive. Now, when you become what you receive, you don't do. It's amazing. So, you see the picture. God wanted to reproduce himself in us. He has not changed it. You do hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the story of creation. God created everything. Creation, please permit me say this, write it. Maybe if I have another time, I'll come to explain. Creation happened at one time. I'll explain to you. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God did what? He created the heavens and the earth. That was what happened. That was how he created it. He created something. As the thing came forth, all what God went on doing was separation from that thing he created. He brought out light, brought out river. Creation happened at what it was without form and void. Everything was just together. He now started separating everything. Now when he wanted to create fish, he does not need anything already. Fish was a form of water in water. All he only said was, water bring forth fish and everything in you. They just came. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Now, when God was doing all these things, God has a structure, he has a plan, he has a pattern, he has a design. He created angels as ministering spirits and has fire. Sometimes some of you use that for prayer topic. Is angels ministering spirits, is servants, flame of fire. That word there is referring to angels, not human beings. We are not flames of fire. I'm not doing that teaching, I would have explained to you. All of that verse, in scripture is in the 8, you see there. It was talking, we are not servants. Is angels that are what? Servants. So there are angels that are flames of fire, not you. It will not make your preaching effective and full of miracles and power. It's wrong and poor Bible study. I'll produce that one. But just get the picture. When he created angels, their job was to serve of the angel on earth. And the one he made to be chief of all the angels of earth on earth is Lucifer. Can this display scripture?
Yeah.
Can we shoot scriptures here?
Yes, sir.
Our day is made. Let's shoot small. Ezekiel 28:13. Oh, this one. I said Ezekiel 28. Remove this thing so that we can. You're good. Oh, look at it. Now it's talking about Lucifer. Come this way so that please participate. Your picture will come. We'll draw your picture. Just flow. Sorry, you are standing in the middle. Sorry, your blessings are different. Special. Now, can we do it together from where? Does it matter? Can we go now? Now, it's talking about Lucifer, okay? Satan has been where? Come on, shout in church. Where? He was not in heaven. This is where this man was. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can we read it together? They as if you're in nursery school now, okay? Now let's go. Thou hast been in Eden, yes? Yes? Go to the next verse. Are you seeing it? He was the one to be in charge of all the angels. Where? Where? Where?
On earth.
Bring down, yes. Can we read from thou was upon the holy mountains together? Go. Okay. So Satan had detail to God's creation. Is it clear? Imagine when he is to be in charge of all the angels to serve on earth. That means God must have shown him the extent to his creation. Is it true? Talk to Pastor Nat. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Now go to the next verse. So you know where the trouble came from. Yes? Hey, Satan was what? Shh. Satan was what?
Perfect.
Now I want to shout it as if God is telling you something, showing you pictures you don't. Satan was what?
Perfect.
From the time he was what?
Created.
Beautiful. So most times when they take you to Genesis 1 and show you the beginning, God they say, and the earth was without form and void. And they now create an assumption for you. What's the assumption? Between verses 1 and verses 2, something happened. Have you heard that before?
Yes, sir.
And they tell you that that is where Satan fell. I think that's the picture they draw.
Yes.
It's amazing. The Bible never said so. You know, if there was problem in Genesis, don't go away from here. In Genesis, between verses 1 and verses 2, if you read down to verses 13, 14, you go down, you see that if there was a problem, the problem was solved. The Bible says God made it and so everything was perfect. And what? And with the same, are you together?
Yes,
the
sir.
same chapter. So if the assumption is true, that between verses 1 and verses 2 there was a fall, then the fall was taken care of where? In that same chapter, when you read down, because the Bible, God looked at everything, started fixing up everything. It was the Bible was only revealing to us how God took time to create. Now, one question you should ask yourself: can God create the whole world in a day? Church, can He?
Yes.
So what was He doing? He was showing us patterns to life. All what God was doing in the Bible was to show us how to live on earth. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
If God wanted to create every of creation in 1 hour, He will do it. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
That's the way you should pattern your life. Now, but let's go to where we are. So that assumption is wrong because the Bible says He was perfect from the time He was what? Created. So let's find out where Satan's problem began. Because when you know where Satan's problem began, you know where man's problem also began. So that will help describe what sin is. And by the time you understand what the cure of sin, what salvation is, my friend, you perfect from the time He was what? Created. So He was doing it. It was a wonderful angel. So what happened? Till iniquity was found. How? Where did this thing come from? What is iniquity? Satan didn't commit fornication. He didn't steal. He didn't kill.
Yes, sir.
So what did he do that the Bible called iniquity? Let's sort it out. Go to the next verse. Go. By the what? Yes. Did you see that? Hey, pause. Okay, read through. Therefore, now from that point that previous one? When does the Bible describe to be the mountain of God? Huh? When the Bible is saying, I will cut, it was not talking about a locational throwing away of Satan. It was talking about a positioning throwing away of Satan. Is it getting clear?
Yes, sir.
So when the Bible says, I will cast thee out, that's what they said. He was thrown where? From heaven. The Bible did not say he was thrown from heaven. He was in the earth as the head of, he was only going to heaven to give reports. Are you following me now?
Yes, sir.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
The gospel is simple. There's no complexity there. So when the Bible says he was cast out, it was talking about his positional, God said, covering show over the earth.
Yes, sir.
Why? He was filled with violence. Don't worry, we'll get to know what that violence is. Now read down, right? Now are we beginning to see his problem? What was his problem? Read it, yeah? Are you seeing the problem? He became filled of it. What of his guilty? He was the one in charge of where? Where? That was his iniquity. Satan thought he was the focus of God's love. That is love I was hearing here as I came in. Right? He thought he was the focus of God's love. Because by his observation in God's creation, everything in God's creation is centered around the earth. Right? And he's the one in charge of everyone running where? The earth. So, I'm the essence of God's creation. So God was thinking about me. He became filled with the merchandise of his responsibility. Was filled up. He thought he was the essence of God's creation until one day God walked into the garden with this man called Adam. So you see, the fall did not happen before Adam came. There was already iniquity in him, but he hadn't fallen yet. All right. I'll take us there. Go to the next verse. Let me see what is still relevant. So that we'll switch over to Isaiah 14. I want to see, because some of you thought Satan fell there and he was done what? Thrown down. We've seen from, did I create it or we read it from scriptures? Are you seeing it very clear there now? He did not fall there. Where did he fall? On earth.